Hey all, my name is Paul Borowski and I am the owner of Quality Business Plan, and I'm here to bring you all our business plan writers tip number 93, which is executive summary and entrepreneur's bedtime story. And what I mean by that is when you're writing your executive summary statement, make sure to tell a story to the reader, because most times, it's an unfortunate truth, most investors or even some loan officers, the only thing they're really going to read is your executive summary. And if they're not 100% sold on your company based on your executive summary, the chances of them going any further is probably slim to none. So make sure your executive summary, like I said, tells a story. And the way that I like to structure my executive summary for some business plans is to first start with the problem statement. Explain to the reader what problem your company is going to solve. If you're going to do a restaurant, well, people are obviously hungry, and there's even going to be themes to it. If you do a casual dining, well, people, not only hungry, but they want to have a nice, nice casual dining experience. In contrast, if it's a quick service restaurant, well, the problem that your company is solving is not only that people are hungry, but they want something real quick in a convenient style. So make sure you thoroughly explain your problem that you're going to be solving for your company. Once that foundation is set, then dive into your company and your product. Explain to the reader how you're going to solve the person's problem or your customer's problem. Tell them where it's at, tell them the business structure, and tell them what you're going to be offering. Make this one really pretty short and succinct in the executive summary. You can go into a little bit more details on the products and the business plan, but kind of keep the section short. Once this is done and the reader knows how you're going to solve the problem, then explain to them how you're going to do it better than everybody else. And that's going to be your competitive advantage section. And there's a multitude of different ways you can differentiate your products and services, but make sure you explain that in a complete subsection different from your company and your product. Once you're done with that, then kind of explain to the reader, who's the target market? Who really has this problem? For example, for this one right here, this is a tutoring company who has this problem. Well, obviously, people are struggling with classes. If it's a restaurant, who's going to have this the problem that you're going to be solving? Well, it really depends on your theme. It really depends on the structure of your restaurant. If like I said, if you're a quick service restaurant, then your target market is going to be an individual who's in a rush and just wants something fast, hot, and good kind of a deal. Keys to success. Now this is where you're going to kind of go broad and just explain to the reader, why your company as a whole is going to be successful. And so you're kind of going away from your competitive advantages, because this is more comparing you with your competitors as to what you're doing different than everybody else. This right here is just more general, the keys to success, and just explain to the reader, why your company as a whole is going to be successful. Well, for example here, the marketing strategy, a lot of work put into the marketing strategy. It intertwines several different, marketing channels. It's going to be a very effective marketing strategy. Networking. The owner for this company right here, which again is myself, just an example, is very good at networking, members of different chamber of commerces, and so on and so forth. So just make sure you really highlight the keys to success, and also make sure you kind of touch on different aspects of your company right here. This one right again, highly educated tutors, you have to have a master's degree or above. So kind of touch on different aspects of your company. Don't just drill on one specific segment. Once they understand why your company is going to be successful, then show them how successful it's going to be in the financial highlights. What I like to touch on in the financial highlights is what are the revenues going to be for the first year, what are the expenses going to be, and then what are the profits going to be for the first year. And then kind of go into the profit margin. People like small numbers with percentages, a lot easier for them to understand. And then maybe talk about what's going to happen within the next few years as well. And then I like to accentuate the financial highlights with a graph, and show what the net profit, the revenues are going to be as compared to the net profits, and this also shows that it's going to be growing. So it's a real nice little visual aid. I'm not a big fan of going too crazy with visual aids, but this really helps drive home, the financial highlights. And finally, the funding. in order to be able to do all of this, you need what? And this is what the funding section is going to do. It's going to tell the reader, in order for us to do all of this stuff and make this money and do these revenues and serve these customers and solve these problems, we need how much money. And make sure you tell the make sure they tell them how much money you need and how you're going to pay it back. I know this right here, it's not in here. I'm just a little bit over the plan, but I'd like to put in, what the terms are going to be, and then how I'm going to pay it back. Usually it's going to be from the profits of the company. So hopefully this information is helpful. And if y'all need some more help with your business plan writing, just give me a call. My number's right here. And also, if y'all are starting a book, if y'all are starting a business, I've got a couple of really good books out. The first one is Starting a Business is Like Playing a Video Game. Here are the level cheats. It's on Kindle, but also on paperback. And then if you need some help raising funds, I've got a book out. This is Complete Small Business Guide to Raising Funds in 2019. So hopefully this video was helpful. And if y'all need some help again writing a business plan, just give me a shout. Thank you.